right, hey guys, Shane here from Organic. So today we'll be having a look at All Pro Contracting. Their domain name is All Pro Repairs, which can lead to a bit of like confusion. I like the domain name to be, pretty much the same as the brand name. But either way, they already have that domain, which is fine. We're gonna have a look at their website, basically looking at the homepage or maybe one other page and just see what they're doing and what could be done better. And I've already ran a report for this website, a quick report to see, an overview of everything that's going on their website, or as much as possible from a technical standpoint. So let's have a look. So first of all, as we scroll down, one of the things that I'm missing is the scrolling menu. So normally would like to have a contact button on the right on this side here, and then as we scroll along would like that menu to just follow you along with that contact us button or call us now button, right? So we need a call to action there. So that is something that should definitely be fixed. We see that the logo is linked, and other than that, I think for the hero section it's a bit text heavy, especially when you put all of the words in caps. So I'm probably not going to read this. I'm looking at your website right now, and to be honest, the only thing I might actually read is this, and this might actually Chicagoland's premier professional remodeling service. Right, this could work, but then like remove like 80% of this text down here and use normal fonts, right? No one wants you to scream at them, and this just feels like you're screaming at us. So now as we scroll along, we see this is a pretty long text. So one of the things that I will probably mention is optimizing your H1s, your H2s. So this probably would be an H2 and it's too long. The same for this service area. So this is fine if you have service area mentioned there, but service area of what area? So you'd want to definitely mention that as much as possible. So down here you already stopped screaming, which is great. So you're using regular fonts, and I see a bit of your work on this side. Hopefully it's your work. If we look at the buttons, we can see here that Learn More doesn't really have any kind of link. So if I click on it, it just brings me back to the top, which is kind of sad because, I might be looking at your company and thinking, hey, this looks like a decent company. If I scroll past everything and I'm still invested, but then I click here to learn more and I cannot learn more. So that's maybe like 3 or 4 things. I'm not sure, lost track. But as we go along, we would definitely want to have separate pages for these. So this is something I see right away where it's like, you don't have any page for gutters, or if you do, it's not linking out to that gutter replacement or gutter cleaning page, right? So, and these are almost pretty much separate companies, right? So this is a company, this is a company, this is a company, and it just means that you cannot just put them all on like one page and expect your website to rank for that, or for you to like convert leads. Let's say it ranks for 3 of these, which is already pretty difficult, right? You're not going to convert them by putting it all on one page, because these, I can start a gutter replacement company, I can start a fencing company, a roof installation company, right? These are separate companies all together, and you just cram them all together on your homepage, which is not good, right? All right, so we have about 4 more minutes, so I think we're right on track. So if we go down here, one of the things, if I scroll past all of this and I believe that you're a trustworthy company, this is the best way to ruin that, right? You have these weird looking guys that look like they haven't worked a day in their life, and yet they're on your website in your contact us section. So no, Sonny, I know that you are a real company. I've spoken to you, right? We're friends on Facebook and everything. So the problem is this kind of looks a bit spammy, right? So I know you're real, but for someone who doesn't know, they'll probably think that, you might not be a real company. So, and everything that I've seen so far, I could probably, create a website and, essentially get similar stock images and outrank you with just fixing the things that I already like mentioned up top. So if we look down here, you can see you have additional pages. It's a bit difficult to navigate here, but you do have some pages, some inner pages. Now another tool I like to look at is Details Chrome extension. So right now you can see that your title, your description, your URLs, all of those things are under optimized. it's just reading red. It's either not enough characters or too many characters. In your case, it's not enough. Now, 900 words is not a worst case scenario, but we like to have at least 1,000 to 1,500. So this is not a worst case scenario. You don't have any H1, so your headings are not optimized properly. Your links are not optimized properly. The images on your website are not optimized properly, and your schema is kind of basic. These are things that I can like pick up like straight away just from looking at your homepage. And if we look at it from checking your entire website, we can see that there are quite a bit of like issues on your website, and a lot of them are probably going to be images, right? So under optimized images, meaning your image SEO is not good, your link SEO is not good, and let's see, your meta description, meta description, so on page is also not good. And I mean, you do have some optimization there, but it's just not enough, as you can see. So another thing that I would like to quickly run through is the amount of words on your pages. So these are the pages that this tool picked up. Maybe you have additional pages on your website, but there might not be indexed. So that could be the reason why it's not being picked up here. But as you can see, your word count is too low. You need at least like at least 2 to 3 times more words on each of these pages. You need at least about like 1,000 to 1,500 words of content. So that is that's pretty sad. So yeah, that's it. I think I dove into quite a bit of things. There are a lot of other things that you could actually do. Better site structure, so better pillar pages and then supporting pages. And what I'm also missing that is pretty important to mention, because as a local company, you're going to want to rank on Google Maps in this area. So what you'd want to do is make sure that in this area that you have location pages for all of these like smaller cities or neighborhoods, and in some cases, like for example, a towing company, you might want to mention landmarks or just important locations. So this is an airport here, you might want to have a location page near that airport. Or even if it's like an attraction park, it could be that if there are people searching from that location or near that location, they might actually write in something similar to that. So don't just look at these larger areas, but sometimes you also want to mention these smaller areas. And you don't need to build out like separate location pages for those. You can literally just if you're building a page for Burbank, Chicago, you can then mention all of these like smaller neighborhoods on that page, and maybe also like the zip code. So that's going to help you rank better on Google Maps. It's exactly what we would do if we would build the website ourselves and then also rank it. So on a monthly basis or just initially, what you want to do is just improve your website, like make it much better, because I can guarantee you that your competitors that are in this area have like better websites, like the main ranking competitors. They probably have better websites. I'm pretty sure, because I checked and their websites were pretty good, at least better than what I'm seeing here. And so that's step number one. And then for SEO, on a monthly basis, you want to be adding additional content targeting specific keywords, one keyword per page, and then build backlinks to those pages, right? So you cannot just write content on your website and just pray or hope that Google will index it, because you'll be in 2030, 2050 before you start ranking. So you'd want to start creating pages, and then for every single page you want to maybe build like if you create like 2 new pages each month, you want to build at least 2 backlinks to those pages and maybe 1 to the homepage. So that's kind of like a basic campaign, if as you wish, when it comes to like SEO. And then keep your Google My Business up to date. So we didn't really get to this, but you'd want to I don't really care about the FAQ section at the moment, because I think Google is going to remove that. But you'd want at least those things like decked out. Now, if you are watching this and you need help with anything SEO, or if you just need like a free SEO audit of your website, just reach out here, go to organicsagency.com, and then you can, click here, free SEO audit, and I will get a free SEO audit over to you. So it'll be a similar video, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, just depending on how many things I see. and we design websites, we provide support, and we do SEO and stuff like that. So yeah, if you need any help, just reach out. Cheers.